Facebook Profits Program training, the Facebook Ads program for 2017. So we have just updated the training. So if you have been a member for some time, this is the brand new 2017 training. If you are brand new to the Facebook Profits program, you've come at the right time. The training that I'm going to give you over the next 6 weeks, or the 6 training modules I'm going to give you, are the very latest in Facebook marketing. As I have mentioned in some of my other trainings, but if you are new, you won't know this, is Facebook does change all the time. But the principles do remain the same. So the same strategy that I use for how to create a profitable Facebook business from scratch, from the old training that's in there, it's the same system. Okay, what has changed is the inside of Facebook has changed. There's a few other little bits and pieces that we will cover as we go along, and there's a few different types of ads that we can run, which I'll be going over in this training module, you know, when you should run them, why you should run them, the most effective Facebook ads, and so on. But in this particular training, we will be discussing today how to set up your Facebook business, and I'm going to show you how to set up a Facebook page and do your first post. I'm going to try and keep the training quite tight so that you can follow on with it. But let's get started, okay? So now you might remember that there is a training 1 in here, and that is what we went through, is researching your Facebook business, to research your niche, research pages in your business. We use Quantcast, we've used the Facebook Audience Network to determine exactly what your Facebook page was going to be about, whether it was going to be profitable, and so on. So today what we're going to do is we're going to set up that Facebook page. We'll be going through everything that you need to do to set up your page. Even if you already have a Facebook page, this really is nice and handy to go through, because there might be some things that you've missed already. And as I've said, Facebook is changing all the time. Even going in and setting up a Facebook page now, I had to go in and practice again because I haven't set one up for a few weeks, and there's a few changes even in a few weeks. So let's get into optimizing. We'll set up your Facebook page, but if you already have one, the things that you need to do to optimize it. So I'm going to be setting up a new page. If you already have one, I'm going to show you some little things to optimize it. Also, how to navigate your way around Facebook or your Facebook page, and the certain little nooks and crannies inside your Facebook page that you might not even know about that can help you certainly run your page a lot more effectively. If we have time today, I'm going to show you how we can do your first few posts on Facebook as well. So I'm going to be doing a live demonstration on setting up the page and also doing some posts. So let's get right into it. So there's a couple of different ways that you can log into Facebook, but just basically what you want to do is log into Facebook, okay? So I'm already logged in, so let's pop along over here. Now, once you're logged in, this is my personal profile. You can, like I said, there's several ways to do this. I'm just going to show you one way. We can go over to the top here to the little drop down arrow on our right hand side. We click on this and we go down to create page, which is right here. So we click on that. Now, there are a few different options to choose from, and I believe it doesn't really matter which one you choose as such. The main ones that I would be using include company, organizational, institute, or brand or product. You might want to use your local business or place if you are a local business where people come into your establishment. So you have all 3 under here. If you are an artist, have a band or a public figure, then you're going to want to use one of these ones here. Being a public figure, you can actually transfer, if you wanted to, your normal Facebook profile into a public figure profile. There are a couple of benefits to doing this. However, you do not want to be a public, if you don't want to be a public figure, then I certainly wouldn't go down that track right now. I dare say you probably won't be using this one at all. Entertainment, of course, is a media organisation and so on. If you're a charity or a cause, you might want to use this one. But realistically, there are the main three that we will be using, and this is really all that you guys will need depending on your business, okay? So I'm going to go into brand or product for this instance because I'm actually setting up a Facebook page for my son right now. It's called Caleb's Cookies. Now, Caleb, my how old is he? 7-year-old, sorry. 7-year-old, I keep thinking he's 8. Not for 6 months, I've been told. My 7-year-old son has been selling these mega chocolate chunk New Zealand homemade cookies, and he's been selling them via Facebook. So he's asked me, and going around the neighbourhood and selling to friends and family and so on and so on and so on. He's actually asked me if I can set him up a page, and I thought, why not show you guys how to set up a page while I'm setting up his page as well. So take a look at the different options in here. For local business, you can go in and you've got to put your business name and your street address to be able to do a local business. If you're a company, organisation or institute, you can go in there and select a category, okay? So there's lots of different categories. See whether your one fits into here or it might fit into brand or product. Drop down menu, scroll down. In this instance, we're going to be food and beverage company because he's going to be promoting cookies. Actually, let's do kitchen and cooking. Right? So brand or product name. And we just got a little play on words there. And get started. If you want to, you can read the Facebook page terms. That's up to you. We're just going to go straight in here, right? Now, what it does is it takes you straight through to the page now. You used to have the setup process where it would take you through the setup, but I'm just going to take you through that right now. So we have a profile picture here and we've got our cover photo here, okay? Pretty simple, let's change things around. So we want to add a picture. Now, typically I would have said you want to have an image of a face in here. People do business with people. So rather than just have your logo in here, I would either use your face if you want to be the face of your business and have a nice professional shot. Doesn't have to be corporate, just professional. Or you can have your face with a logo, or if you're using an avatar or something like that in your business, so, you know, using someone else in your business, you know, you might want to use their face, okay? So it's up to you here. But I find that having a face to your business works a lot better than just a plain old logo or highlighting your product. But there are exceptions to these rules, okay? But I'm just going to show you in this instance setting up one using little old Caleb. Okay, so we're going to add this picture. We're going to upload a photo. Rightio. There we go. Now, the size of this profile picture is a 180 by 180 dimensions, okay? But as long as it's relatively square, you should be fine. So here we go. We can reposition that if we want. What you can do is you can edit it. There's all sorts of different things that we can do. You can have it brighter. You can add text to it. So if you wanted to put your logo in here, we could go pull them down to here. Okay. Put a sticker in if you want. There's all sorts of things you can do in here, okay? But let's take it back to the original because I kind of like the original here. And we'll save. So Resize if you want to. But let's leave it that. Oopsie days, we might need to move that around a bit. There we go. Okay, so we want to add a cover photo as well. So I'm going to upload a photo. Now you can reposition if you want to. We don't need to here. And we go save. Now this is where if you had a website, which we don't have right now, but if we had a website, we can add the website in here, but we can do a couple of different things in here. And I suggest if you have got a current business right now, then you might want to add this. So we can put a booking button in here. So it can be book now, start over, make it easy for people to order food with you. And we can see other options in here. So that would be for restaurants, front desk, home advisor. So, you know, if you've got I guess a service-based business, there's all sorts of different apps in here that you can use. Okay. We haven't got that far yet. We've got the get in touch, call now, contact us, send a message, sign up, send an email. Sorry, those are the app and partner services as well. You've got learn more button. So you can get people to watch a video, learn more. Make a purchase or donation. So if you've got a website where you can drive people to, you can do a shop now button, download an app or a game. And another option here, which again takes you through to your apps. Okay, so just to give you an idea. Now, at this stage, because we don't have anything set up, we're going to be setting up a buy now button on the website, and we're going to be setting up a website with recipes and things like that. So right now, I'm just going to put in until such time we're going to have a send a message. We can have instant replies which say something like, there we go. So what that means, what happens then is if someone sends a message, they get an automatic reply, okay? So they get an automatic reply and then we can go in later on and respond later, okay? So that's one of the options there. Okay, so this is the basis of our page. It's very, very basic. It's very basic, but now we want to add some things to it. Now that's where I have the Facebook Marketing Preparation Worksheet, which you guys will have a copy of. It's inside the training here, but I use the first training, which is the researching training, which is training number 1. I use that to fill out and do the research for this particular portion of setting up the page and researching the business and so on. So what we've got here is we've got the Facebook Marketing Preparation Worksheet, which you can go through. So really it is to help you identify the best opportunities when you're setting up your Facebook business. So a little bit about your business, the website name, what industry it is, what niche it is, what made you choose the niche, do you have personal experience? So in terms of Caleb, yes, we've been baking cookies since we were kids. Well, that was me, and they were handed down through the generations. What's the purpose? What is your purpose of your Facebook page, and so on. So you can write down all these things just to give you an idea so that you can do some research and look at the biggest opportunity with your Facebook page. Take a look, go through your clients, you know, what keeps them awake at night, what's their problems, their fears and frustrations and things, and you'll be able to research most of that using training video 1, if you've got products and services and so on. But I'm going to go right back down to optimizing your Facebook page. So we've got some keywords and tags here and that, but we've got a nice little short description. So we're going to go through optimizing your Facebook page because it's all about putting in the right description and the right message on your page. So it's 155 characters is your short description. So if we copy that, we go back up onto the page, we can go into the About section here. And this is where we've got the rest of the stuff. So we can put in a username. the username. Caleb's Cookies, create username. It's okay. I had a little tick beside it. This page isn't eligible to have a username. Okay. The reason why it's not eligible, I would say, is sometimes you have to get a certain number of likes on your page. Less and less so, but if I've been setting up a few pages in Facebook in the past, so I probably used my allocated quota. So it means that I probably need to get up and over 20 likes to be able to set up a username for this page. We'll just wait and see what Facebook says about that. So we'll wait and see, once I get up and over that. So if you've got a phone number, you can enter in your phone number here, enter in your email, enter in your website address. At this stage, I don't have any of those, but I'm going to show you, obviously once I start setting those up in these next few webinars and showing you how to build this business out, then I'll add those things in. If you've got other social accounts, you can put them in here. Okay, so we can have more information here. So we want to edit the About section, which gives us a short description. The limit is 255 characters now. There we go. So if we put that in, and I've got love. So for me, the short description is about what's the benefit to your end user, what's the benefit to the client. So love homemade baking, love us, or like us actually. I'll put like us because it's a little play on words that they come and like the page. Like us. Caleb shares yummy cookie recipes from New Zealand. These delicious biscuit recipes have been handed down through the generations. Cookies made with love and superpowers. So we'll save that. If you've got any awards or products, so we can pop in products here. There we go. One of the things, actually, I'll tell you the story once I've done a bit more of the description here. So we can, add in anything else here if you choose to do so. We won't enter in the founding date. If you've got awards, not any awards right now. If you've got a menu, maybe a restaurant. So we can upload some photos in here. I'm not going to go to the upload section right now because it is slowing right down. But if you've got, PDF of recipes and things in there, so we'll be able to do that at some stage. And you can edit the category if you want to as well, or have a look at some other pages and things like that. So this is really good to go and have a look at other pages in your niche, what they look like, what they're doing. You can do a nice little research there. So whatever you've called yours, so whatever category yours is under, you can go on and have a look at some other pages that are in the same category. So like I said, that's really, really great research. So we've got a story in here. And this is what I want to tell, Caleb's story. What we'll do here is go back to that preparation worksheet, and I've got a lovely story. I'm going to pop it in here. Caleb's Cookies is designed to bring back the original old-style baking made with love and master Caleb's blend of superpowers. 8, he's actually 7. He's my son. I should know how old he is. 7-year-old Caleb first discovered these yummy cookies when visiting his grandmother in New Zealand. He loved them so much he asked for the recipe. And when he got home to his parents on the Gold Coast in Australia, he promptly asked them if he could bake them. He asked for some changes, which included extra chocolate. And just like that, Caleb's cookies were baked. Super yummy, mega chocolate chunk cookies made with love and superpowers. He then went on to mass produce them and to sell them to pretty much anyone who was lucky enough to try them. People were addicted. Now he wants to share them with the rest of the world. So that's his little story, and we're going to save that. Okay. So if we go back through the page here, so those are the different things that you can fill out along the way, and you can use this Facebook marketing preparation worksheet to do so. So if you like the look of some other pages and things, put them in here and that, because that can help you, I guess, down the track when you want to do research and things like that, or if you want to help your graphic designer design some graphics, go and have a look at some of the pages that you like the look of, put them in here, and then you can pass them on to a graphic designer and say, hey, listen, I like the look of this logo and I like the look of this cover. I want my page to have the same feel. So it's a good idea to do that research, and that's what I shared in training 1. So that's basically really, I guess, the bones of setting up your Facebook page. What I do suggest, if you have already got a Facebook page and you do want it optimized, there's a couple of key things to look at here. One is creating the username. I see still many pages that don't have a username. For whatever reason, I can't set one up right now, but I'm sure it's probably because I do need a certain number of likes on the page. Make sure that you tell a story that's going to engage people, okay? Use some keywords in the story, but the story really wants to, your why of why you are in business. Why are you doing this? Like Caleb's doing this because he loves cookies and he loved his Nana's chocolate chip cookies and he thought that he could improve on the recipe, and he did, because they are mega full of chocolate. So it's a chocolate with a little bit of cookie around it, which is yummy. So that was his little story, So don't be afraid to tell your story. I think that helps. Well, that does help with optimization as well. Put as many details in here as you possibly can to help optimize your page. When you're doing your about section, so your short section, make sure you have that well and truly keyworded as well. So have a couple of keywords in. Now, you don't want to keyword stuff this as such. So what I mean by keyword stuffing is having baking and cookings all the way through it. Just, again, think about the benefits to someone else, and what's in it for them, and a little bit about you. So love homemade baking like us. Caleb shares yummy cookie recipes from New Zealand. These delicious biscuit recipes have been handed down through the generations. Cookies made with love and superpowers. So if you've got a privacy policy, you can pop it in here as well. At this stage, I don't have one made up, but when I get the website built, I will certainly put that in there. Okay, so let's go back to the page. So we have our cover photo, our profile picture. We have our cover photo in here. The cover photo is around about a 1200 by 628 is the size, that's pixels. You have your call to action button here. You can go on and test that button, so make sure it works. Get messages, view insights, edit button, or delete button. So if we want to test the button, that's us basically testing it. Hey, and what's happened then, so that's actually come from me, is that's the automatic reply that comes through. So that works perfectly fine. So if you want to do the get messages, if you push that on your test button, it basically takes you through to loading up an ad effectively, okay? And this could be a like campaign. I suggest this encourages people to message, okay? Now, don't do this. I'm going to show you in other videos how you can set up an ad, but this effectively asking you to set up an ad, and it's very, very sly the way they do that. So we're just going to turn that. I just wanted to show you that because it is really easy for people to fall in to be able to, go in and accidentally place an ad, which is not what you want to do. You can view your insights. There won't be any now. You need a certain number of likes. I think it's up and over 100 likes before you can start viewing your insights for your Facebook page. You can, a few little tabs here, and you should be able to, right, I was going to say rearrange your buttons here, but we're going to show you, we're going to do a couple of posts in here, because I always believe that when you kickstart a page, you want to put a couple of posts in before you start inviting people to your page. So you can share a photo, go straight to advertising a business. You don't want to do that right here. You don't want to do the get messages right here. You can certainly write a note. I probably wouldn't use this one so much. I just used it recently on my Run Marathon training page, which is where you can write a sort of a note. I could write a recipe in here, in fact, and that's what I could use it for. I could create an event or start a live video. But right now we're going to use predominantly share a photo or video. Upload, create a photo carousel, slideshow, create a canvas. We're just going to upload a photo video now. And we'll just put this one up for now. Welcome to my page. I'm going to share yummy New Zealand style homemade baking recipes. But before I do, I just want to introduce myself and my sister Teague. She sometimes helps me bake. Then that's when she isn't annoying me. She is a little bossy sometimes. I know you're going to love my cookies, and I hope you get to sample them one day. Caleb, publish. Okay, so in the next training video, I'm going to show you about managing this page, but realistically, that is the basics of setting up your page. Your page is all realistically set and ready to rock and roll. So some of the things to note on this particular page is you have your page, you've got messages at the top here. So if you click on messages, that's when your messages will be coming through. I suggest that you do check those on a regular basis. You get notifications up here. So this is when people have made a comment. You've got all your likes, comments, shares, any other activity, and any requests and so on. You can invite friends to come and like the page, and you can certainly share the page as well. But at this stage, I'm going to leave all that because I'm going to show you in the next lot of training what we're going to do there. You can look at your insights, but you need to have well, you can actually get some from here, but I'd just wait for at least another 7 days or so before you take a look at your insights, so that you can have a look at the once you start promoting your page and so on, you'll be able to see that. And I'm going to go through a special training on reading your insights as well. And then we've got publishing tools at the top here, which is where we can publish your posts. If you want to do some other posts, create them over here. You can schedule posts. You can have a look at some of your drafts that you might have saved, posts that are expiring. Have a look at some of your videos that you can cross-post, which means send out some other pages that you might be linked to as well. And when you finally get around to running lead ads, if you do, this is where you download your leads from. And then we can design a Canvas ad. Again, I'm going to be breaking these all up, showing you how to use these sorts of things. Over here, we have settings. And in our settings, we can have a look at shortcuts. So we can make these a shortcut on your personal profile so you can go straight to it. So if I put this as a shortcut, I'll show you how that works. You want to make sure that your page is published. If you haven't finished it yet, you can unpublish it. The other thing you can do is anyone can publish to your page. Anyone can add photos and videos to your page. What that then happens is we're going to allow them for now, but let's see how they go, okay? If they start to get out of control, then we might want to review the posts or disable posts by other people onto the page. What happens if they post to the page? It actually ends up, I'll show you where it ends up. It ends up down here anyway, visitor posts, okay? A lot of people don't necessarily see this, but I would suggest that you go and check the visitor posts on a regular basis to make sure that no one's spammy in here or posting things that they shouldn't post, okay? Let's go back to settings. We can select an audience in here. So if we go into here, basically you can actually allow, I guess, visibility to certain news feeds and that. So we can go here, save changes. Again, I wouldn't necessarily suggest you want to do that because that means that we've narrowed down where we're going to be showing. So allow news feed, audience selection, and post visibility options for this page. So we're just going to, so what we can do then, just to give you an idea, is if we kept that, that means that when we write something, by rights, let's hope, well, I'm doing this live, so sometimes things can go wrong. We should be able to select down here demographics of the audience we want to see this particular post. So that allows us to do that. So let's just say we wanted to go in here and we wanted to go, okay, only a certain age see this posts, locations, languages, and so on, okay? So if you have that tick, then you have that option to do that, or you can go public. So I have used this occasionally, the demographics, and I've selected certain demographics. I've used it in my Run Marathon training page where I've selected only females see this particular ad, right? I actually found it probably less beneficial. I found that going public was more beneficial than actually limiting it. But realistically, that is personal preference. Most of the people I've spoken to that have Facebook and successful Facebook pages, most of them do not do the limited audience. They go public. So more than welcome to test it. I believe in testing and measuring, but in my experience, limiting your audience tends to make no difference or doesn't tend to help. Okay, but we can leave that in there so that we have that option there if we need to. We want to leave that people can contact the page privately. We can edit or have tagging ability switched on and off. So just to go through this, you can allow others to tag photos and videos published here. If you put a lot of photos up, so if you were an establishment where you're like loading photos of your people that come into your establishment, you might want to allow them to come in and tag their photos. So therefore you might want the tagging ability on. Otherwise, just leave it off. Otherwise, anyone can come in and tag your photos. So we can edit allow people and other pages to tag Caleb's Cookies, and why not? I mean, it can, if you want to be more private, you can switch this off. This just allows people to be able to come in and tag your page and mention your page, which I prefer because it's a really good promotional thing. This one here, allow other people to use Caleb's Cookies as a location for frames. It's automatically switched on. I haven't dug deep into this. I'm just going to leave it on. You can have country restrictions. So if you don't want the page shown to certain countries, you can switch those off. Same with age. Same with certain words and things banned from your page. Profanity filter, you might want to switch that on if you don't want, swear words and stuff on this page. So I'm going to switch on medium because I don't want anyone swearing on the page. And now this here is pretty important, okay? So similar page suggestions. So what happens if someone's looking up a certain page? If your page is similar to that page, it will make a suggestion, you like this page, you might also like this page, right? We want to leave this on because, of course, we want Caleb's Cookies to go out to as many people as possible who might like it. So we're going to leave that ticked on. Page updates, automatically ticked, automatically published post when info is updated on this page. So, as soon as you post something, it'll update unless you schedule it. If you're bilingual or your page is bilingual, you can do it in multiple languages. If you want it translated, I think believe this is automatically ticked anyway. Show people who understand other language translation. Sometimes that comes up really funny as well. You can see most relevant comments by default. Yes, I actually want that switched on because sometimes people come in and do a lot of comments. So it's really, really good to actually see what are the most relevant, what are the most latest comments there. It's actually most relevant. Anyway. Okay, so content distribution, prohibit downloading to Facebook. I'm going to leave that. You can download your page and stuff as well. So this is really good, and it might be worth doing this at least once a month. So you get a copy of your page posts, photos, videos, and page info. So you can download your page, and I suggest you might want to do that just to back it up and see what you've done. If you've got several different pages, sometimes it's good to merge one page, and they have the same target audience. This is where you've got your merge page. I've used this in the past where I've set up several different pages in the same niche with the same audience, and I've merged them into one page. If you want to delete your page, you can. And this here will recommend what sorts of things you need to do on your page, and Facebook will show you these, to increase engagement as well. I'll just leave that on. It'll make its little recommendations. You can skip past them. So that's pretty much it for your general settings. You've obviously got your messaging here as well. You've got your page, edit page, which is your about section and things like that. So that's where you can edit it, put in your information in here. Those are your little tabs. This is where you can swap your tags around. So let's just say you wanted your about section a little bit higher. Then you can go, you should be able to scroll this one up and move it up to the top here. Okay, if we wanted to. We can bring photos up, posts, photos, about. Okay, so you can move them around. You can add a tab if you're going to be doing something else. We'll show you a bit more detail about that as well. If you want to add someone to your page, page roles is where you go, and that's where you can assign someone to your page. And you can assign them as an editor, moderator, admin, advertiser, analyst, and so on, okay, depending on what you want them to do. You see I'm admin already. So that's pretty much all I really need to show you for now, except page support. If you have got any issues with your page, you can contact the Help Centre. It usually takes a little bit of time for them to get back to you. They are quicker than they used to be, but if you have got issues, then you can contact support or go into help as well. So let me know if this has been beneficial for you, how it's been beneficial, what you'd like to know more of, and I'd love to see some of your pages. So that's how you set up a Facebook business page, how you optimize it, and going through the workings of Facebook, your Facebook page, the latest layout for 2017. So do we have any questions? Excellent. So what I'm going to do, this training will be downloaded and edited, and we'll have it up into the members area under the new 2017 banner, and so that you can get access to it and go through it. Like I said, next week we will be holding a Managing Your Facebook Page, where I'll go through some of the bits and pieces in the Facebook page in a bit more detail, how you can post, how you can manage it to have the most impact, to get the right people viewing your stuff, and to really boost and build trust and credibility in your business. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon, and welcome to Facebook Profits Program 2017 Facebook Ad Training.